yeah, brother. You're here with the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh, yeah, brother. And when it comes raining down, brother, and I'm in your face, oh, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to the Edge. Welcome to the Edge. This is going to be a new, hopefully exciting and fun, I guess it'd be considered a podcast that I'm going to be doing here. It's a YouTube channel, and I'm going to be doing a lot of filming on location because here with the Edge, what this show is all about, and this is kind of like a little teaser, I guess the first podcast show teaser, just to tell you a little bit about what's going on. Hopefully I can get everybody to click below. I think I'm going to have the link below for you to click on. Please go over and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It is free to subscribe. It's just a couple of clicks. You become a subscriber, whether you watch the videos or not. But what my goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers in 30 days. I don't know if that's really unrealistic if I'm talking out my butthole or what, but hopefully, I'd like to get to that because once I get to 100,000 subscribers and I get the plaque and everything, and then, I can start making some revenue so I can actually start taking some trips and traveling and doing the podcasts from the exploring adventures that I want to do. And with this, what we're going to be doing is this show here is going to be, a little bit of everything. But the one thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the truth, the truth. And we're going to find out the truth. We're going to be talking about things, all kinds of stuff from paranormal activity to, even haunted, insane asylums, haunted houses, mansions, haunted hospitals, haunted all kinds of things. We're going to be doing some ufology stuff, which is about UFOs and aliens, and Area 51 and S4 and Dulce Base in Dulce, New Mexico. And for those of you who don't know what they are, the S4 is a base that is actually about 15 or 50 miles south of Area 51, which is supposedly where they really took the aircraft, underground and took them. This is actually where they are. It's not actually at Area 51. It's further south. And then further south from there into New Mexico is where you have the Dulce base, which really is a really, really hot spot. And really, that's for a whole nother show there to discuss that. But, we're going to get into all kinds of stuff like that. We're also going to be talking about, a lot of the latest news topics and, the things that's going on in the world today, not just, solely, but I liked all that. I like that mystic, eerie, creepy kind of campfire stories, and are they real? Like any of us, I'm from the Eastern Shore, so we grew up, hearing about New Jersey with the Jersey Devil. Of course, you grow up, everybody's heard about Bigfoot and Sasquatch, and all that kind of stuff. And is it real? Does it exist? I want to get into that. I actually want to be taking trips and investigating and even, staying the night in some remote areas and doing some filming and stuff like that. Again, please subscribe. I'll tell you why it's important to subscribe. Let me take these sunglasses off. I'll tell you something. I got here. I'm in the studio, and actually, I'm sitting here in my house with the fireplace on, as you can see, and I got that nice view out the window over there and all. No, actually, I'm in my studio, and I'll tell you again. I'm just getting into doing all this stuff, and I'm learning a lot. Getting it all set up, so I hope it looks good. I hope coming out good, and it's a lot. It's a lot to work on and to learn with getting the sound, getting the lighting, and the lighting is the big thing. Oh my God, you don't realize how bright and how much lighting you need to really illuminate your green screen properly so you get a nice effect. And when you learn how to do all this stuff, as I've learned, and I'm self-taught, I'm on YouTube and things like that, and I'm just trying things and doing different things on my computer and learning. One thing it's done for me is it's given me a new way to watch movies. Because now I don't just watch a movie and just watch it, oh yeah, that was cool. Now I watch it and I go, wow, that's really cool, because now you get an appreciation for all those special effects that you see in the movies. You don't take it for granted. When you realize how much work goes into making a movie behind the scenes, like a lot of times you go, why does it got to take so long to make part two? Man, make a part two movie. Why does it got to take a year to come out? Well, when you realize how much work goes into all the after effects, because a lot of the graphics and the things that you see on the screen or in the movie is not there. They're in front of a green screen and it is added in later. And that's a lot of work. This video right here is pre-recorded, and the opening credits in the beginning and all that, I had to sit down on the computer. I had to piece it all together, the timing, everything, and put it all together, make sure everything flows real nice. It's a lot of work. And then creating the animation for the bits and the pieces and all, it's a lot. And I understand now why it takes so long sometimes. When they got to make a movie, you realize. And not only that, I'm sure some of you have seen some of my goofy music videos that I do and stuff in front of the green screen. And, I'm on TikTok, so I got a lot of videos on there where I'm goofing around and doing stuff. But just doing a video where you're singing one song and you got a green screen special effect going on behind you, and you're singing the song. Well, the song's about 5 minutes long. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever the song is, But it can take you hours just to film it, because, you stop, you got to retake, or sometimes you'll film it, then you'll watch it back, and you're like, that don't quite look right. I need to do this or change this. And you have to reshoot the whole thing again. So you gotta, reshoot the whole thing and redo it again. And you don't realize. So doing this kind of stuff, I found it to be very fascinating and educational, because now I can appreciate when I watch a movie or even watch a music video, or watch some of these videos you see on YouTube or on TikTok, and it's like, my God, there's a lot of work that goes into doing that behind the scenes. It might only take you 3 minutes to watch that video, but it took them hours to actually create it and make it. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So as I sit here with this here, and doing all this, I'm going to try taking the glasses off. One of the things I wanted to say was that the illumination, the lighting is so bright. And I learned from doing this stuff how bright, how much lighting you need. I used to think that when you would see entertainers sitting and doing interviews and doing talk shows, and they have glasses on, and you think, oh, they're just being conceited and stuck up. They think they're all that because they got the glasses on. That's really not it. You don't realize how bright those lights are when you're up on the stage or when you're in front of the cameras, and they have all that lighting coming up on you. It is really, really bright. And sometimes it's so bright you can't see the people that are in front of you. If you've been to a live taping, onto a show, which I never have, but I've seen a lot of the makings. I've talked to people who have, they say, man, it really is a lot of light. So the light here in the studio is really bright, but I'm going to try and take these off because I don't want to keep looking. Hopefully I'm okay. But just so that you know, I have blue eyes. So blue-eyed people are very light sensitive. And if I'm in a bright light too long, I'll start to get a headache. But I'm going to put my eyeballs on here so I can see. But
One thing too, I am looking for is some people who want to come on the podcast or the show and talk. You're more than welcome to, if you want to shoot, to come here down to the studio. Now I'm located in Western Maryland, so I'm out in the mountains, so it might be a little drive for you. You just have to, let me know. I have not that suave yet. I'm figuring things out. I know there's a way that I could patch you in from, or patch someone in from another location while I'm doing this, and I could put the video together that way and then upload it later on. I want to work on getting to be able to do live video, live feed. I think that would be really neat, that I can really interact with the people that are watching. But one thing again, subscribe. Get your friends, your family, everybody you can think of, and just ask them to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. Just a couple clicks, you become a subscriber. Maybe watch the video or some videos while you're cleaning or doing something. Just let them play, because then I get feed time. So that's how you get paid. From YouTube. You get 100,000 subscribers, and I think it's 1,000 hours of playtime, because they not only monitor how many subscribers you have, but if somebody just clicks on your video and watches the first 2 seconds and then clicks it off, it doesn't count. So it also let the video play, because that counts. And then I can start making revenue. I start making revenue, then I can, really have the funds to put more into the show. I can go and do things, because I want to go to like Salem, Massachusetts, up to Salem, and, do a show up there about the witches and things like that. And all. I want to take trips out to like Area 51, S4, Dulce, New Mexico, and even there's a lot of other places that I want to go and explore, and take you along with me and film it and interview people on location as well, and get some inside stories. So the one thing too that you're going to get when you subscribe to the show, this is what I keep getting sidetracked. When you subscribe, you will be able to, because I'm only going to do this for people who subscribe. That is, you can comment on the video, and you can comment other ideas. If you've got ideas of things that you would like to see or talk about, or things that you want me to discuss or go and investigate and get some information for you. Maybe you live in New Jersey. You might go, yeah, I want to hear more about this Jersey Devil thing. What's the deal with it? Or the Mothman. There's the Mothman. There's a million of these kinds of things out there that I find fascinating and find interesting. There's also mentioned about Salem, about witchcraft and black magic and white magic and candle magic and all that kind of stuff, and and things, and even to the old Western towns. For those of you who know me personally, you know that I'm a cowboy at heart. I'm out here on a farm, and I dress like a cowboy and got my 6-shooters and everything, and that's how I walk around when I'm not working and when I'm here on the farm. So I'm planning trips to go out to west, to go out to some of the old haunted towns from the 1800s that are still there. There are towns that are abandoned. And that supposedly are haunted, but they're the old Western cowboy towns, from the 1800s. A lot of fascinating things, about back then. A lot of people don't realize it. I'll tell you one quick little thing that most people don't know. Back in the 1800s, I love the cowboy stuff. And I watch all the Clint Eastwood movies and John Wayne and the old shows, The Rifleman, and Wagon Train and Gunsmoke and Bonanza and all those. I love all those. But do you know one thing that's really, it's kind of, I guess, gross, but back in the 1800s, it looks cool. It looked cool. Got the guns on the side and everything like that and all. But personal hygiene was a real problem back then, and most people don't even realize that, because you watch it in the movies, they go, oh, that's cool. But believe it or not, and challenge me, look this stuff up for yourself. Back in the 1800s, those people They really had a nice odor to them. Think about, there was no deodorant back then or anything. There was no, real perfumes and colognes and things. And they were lucky if they took a bath 3 to 4 times a year. A year. Not a month, but 3 to 4 times a year they may bathe. One thing they thought back then was if you were too clean, it would allow you to get sick. Kind of like, think about the old wives' tale that was said, oh, you go outside with your hair wet, you're going to get sick. Or if you just have a nice hot shower, don't run right outside because your pores are going to be open. And if it's cold outside, you're going to get sick because all your pores are open and the germs are going to get in. Well, that's kind of how they thought about it, back in the 1800s. Not to mention that, it wasn't easy for them to get water to fill up the, the bathtub, or the tub, to take a bath because they didn't have running water. They had to bring it in the buckets and put it in. Now, here's another interesting thing. When they did go into town, they did take a bath. This is the truth. They didn't get the cleanest water. The reason for that was because, the tub would be full, fresh water, but it might be used. You might be the 4th or 5th person in that tub to take a bath because they're not going to drain it after each person and refill it again because that was too much work. What they did do, though, was in between the baths, they would take a couple bucketfuls out and they would take and boil water so it would be hot and take that hot boiling water and pour it into the water that was already in the tub so it would kind of sterilize it, kill any germs or bacteria. So that's what they did. So you went to take a bath in town, you weren't necessarily getting a tub full of clean water. If you were there first, first thing when they filled it up, but that tub would sit there for a couple days and they would do that, before they would switch it out. So it was pretty bad. It wasn't until around the early 1900s that they started bathing a little more. And that was because the cities got more populated and they started worrying about germs that people were carrying on them. So they started bathing a little more frequently. Your rich people back in those days bathed a little more often. They might take a bath once a month, because they could afford to, they could, they just, had the money, get somebody to empty the tub and refill it back up. So just kind of neat. But anyway, the show, The Edge, I think is going to be a very entertaining, a very good show. So again, please please subscribe. That's the big thing, is subscribe. Subscribe. Get all your friends to subscribe. My goal, again, is to try to reach 100,000 subscribers within 30 days. That may be way unrealistic. I really don't know. But the more people that are clicking, the more people that, hopefully I can get involved in this. And again, with becoming a subscriber, you will be able to then comment, or you can comment on the videos whether you subscribe or not. But if you're a subscriber, then you can give me ideas on where you would like me to go or what topics you would like me to cover, and I will cover those topics for you and talk about them. And we get to go on live. You'll be able to, chat with me while I'm filming and while I'm in the studio, while I'm doing it and everything. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. And again, it's going to be a serious show too, because there's going to be some topics that are going to be serious that people don't like to. They get very can be heated topics. One of the biggest topics that I think is going on right now is with the women with abortions. How do you feel about abortion? Some people are for it, some people are against it. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're even going to be bringing up God and talking about the Lord Jesus Christ. Is it real? Is the book, is the Bible real? All the things that we have. Has anybody ever really witnessed and seen a miracle? Let's talk about it. It's because I'm learning. You see, I wear my cross. I am a minister, but my faith gets tested a lot. A whole lot, actually. And I get taken off the side, and there's a lot of times I have a hard time, with my faith, and I struggle. So we're going to talk about things like that. It's going to be a very controversial type of a show, but we're also going to, like I said, go on location, and we're going to film there, and we're going to check out paranormal activity and Bigfoot and Area 51 and Jersey Devil and all kinds of fun things. And you, as a subscriber, will be able to give me suggestions and tell me where you would like me to go, what you would like me to explore, or what you'd like to find out, or what you would like to talk about. And I may even invite you on the show to talk with me about that topic that you suggested. Hey, if it was your idea, I might call you up, put you on speaker or something like that, and we can talk about it together. So, again, but please subscribe. Get subscribers. My goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers within 30 days. Hopefully, I can make this happen, and we can have a good time with it. And if anybody out there would like to join me, a co-host, I'm going to, try to invite some people on the show, and talk about some of their favorite topics and things that they want to talk about, and we can watch some video clips and talk about them, and so forth. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. So hope to see you as a subscriber. And thank you if you made it through this whole video. I really appreciate it. This is my first one, just getting things going. I wanted to introduce everything to you. Again, most of you know who I am. If not, I am Jim Fiore. And tell you a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Delaware. I was a member. I'll leave this organization unnamed because I don't know if I can get into any trouble by naming them, but I was a ufologist. I was a field investigator for the largest investigation organization out there that investigates UFOs and crop circles and cattle mutilations and all that kind of stuff. And that's, one of my favorite subjects to talk about is, ufology. The extraterrestrials, aliens, as you want to call them. They don't call them UFOs anymore. They call them ETVs. And there's a reason for that. The government doesn't refer to them as UFOs. A UFO used to stand for unidentified flying object, but they no longer refer to them as a UFO. They refer to them as an ETV, which is an extraterrestrial vehicle, because they now know what they are. They're not unidentified. And there's many, many different types out there, but that's for my ufology show and for my ufology people out there. And I got a lot of documents and things. So, but anyway, thank you all very much for clicking on the video and for watching it. I hope I've done a good job with the set here and everything. And I'd love to have feedback on this. Let me know what you think. And don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. If there's some things that, I can tweak and fix, please let me know. I'm always looking for some feedback and constructive criticism, I guess you could say. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, brother. We're going to make this a really good show, right? Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim.
I miss my boy. That was one of my favorite wrestlers, the Macho Man Randy Savage. So anyway, peace out. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. God bless. And you'll be seeing me again on the next episode that I'm going to be doing here, which I think I'm going to be taping tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to be talking about yet, but maybe I'll do some more stories on the Western stuff. I don't know. Give me some ideas of what you want to hear about. I'll look for them in the comments, and then maybe tomorrow I'll make a show. Peace out. Love you guys. Bye-bye.